Hippocrates said every person should know that out of his mind come all of his joy and happiness, all of his pain and suffering come from the mind and only from it. And the thing that he said was every person should know. That wonderful article by Bruno Klopfer that is the first example of the placebo effect, where he first treated this gentleman. He was involved in a study, and they gave him this medicine that they considered to be inert, but he got well from a very far advanced lymphosarcoma. And then after he got well, then he had a recurrence, and Klopfer says, I know why he got well. It had nothing to do with the drug, but it had to do with his belief, and we can prove it. So they told him, the drug, there was some problem in manufacture, and we're getting the stronger drug in. And the next time, instead of giving him more of the drug, they gave him sterile water. And he got well faster with the sterile water than he had gotten well with the drug the first time. So again, he showed the power of belief. Again, he was very close to death. People say, oh, well, if you have a serious amount of cancer, then the mind has no real power. Well, this shows that this person was very close to death, and his belief was what caused his cancer to disappear. Was described, the tumor masses were described as snowballs melting on a hot stove. That's the power of the mind.
But you see, psychiatry is part of medicine. And in psychiatry, we have powerful tools. And one of the most powerful tools is our word, the things that we say to our patients, and what they repeat to themselves.
My doctor, in fact, in the beginning was very aloof and very distant. And at a certain point, I finally had to sit her down and say, you know, I'm planning on having a long-term relationship here. I think she was protecting herself emotionally in terms of becoming involved with a patient that might not last very long.
People haven't even clearly understood how to communicate a serious diagnosis. Norman Cousins, a non-physician, wrote the best article where he said, when we're communicating a serious diagnosis, the thing that's important to do is to communicate the seriousness of the diagnosis while supporting the patient's hopefulness. And we don't do that. We destroy people's hopefulness.
I had just been told my diagnosis. I was very scared, I was shocked, I was sore, and she'd asked me what my greatest fear was, or my dread, and I said that I would have my life truncated dramatically, and that I may not come through this. And she bit her bottom lip and shook her head, and I said, why are you doing that? And she said, because you won't come through this.
Just changing my mind about something causes me to immediately change how I feel. So changing our minds, changing our way of thinking is the easiest way to change how we feel. But at the same time, guys, we are much more attached to our way of thinking than we are attached to life. Yes. Yeah, we are much more, yes, we feel much more threatened. If someone challenges how we think, then they frequently challenge our life. We are ready to die for our beliefs. We are ready to die for our beliefs.